What's going on, Bagel Force? In today's video, I'm just gonna kind of reflect on the last 2 weeks and try and find some tranquility and peace in what is currently happening with Pokemon. I know we're all aware of the prismatic evolution situation and also this new Journeys Together situation, and I have just been kind of reflecting on how to kind of move forward and maybe adjust my, let's say, expectations and collection goals, I guess I should say. Like, I don't know, this whole prismatic evolution thing is kind of like a little bit annoying for the most part. Like, I'm gonna get hopefully some stuff from the Pokemon Center, like my Pokemon Center ETBs, but I'm not gonna open those if they're like, $400 or $500. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to open those and then just have the Eevee promo, and then the pull rates are terrible, so I probably won't pull anything from it. Like, it's just kind of annoying because I bought them and I was like, oh, I'll open one, keep one sealed, and like, maybe the Eevee promo will be a little valuable and that'll be cool to like throw in my Eevee binder. But I didn't expect them to be like $500 each selling right now. But I'm getting off topic. That's just one of the things that like has been going on, and that's just kind of how I feel about that specific situation. Like, if I even get my hands on any of the prismatic evolution, am I gonna open it? Like, is it worth opening? Like, I guess it is for like certain cards that I need, but I feel like I could just buy singles after everybody's opened up a bunch of product, like in a month or so. I mean, it's a kind of annoying because I wanted to try and build decks to play with them at League, but also like not really. Like, I've skipped sets before. This one, it just wasn't one of the ones I wanted to skip. I just thought maybe the pull rates would be fun. Maybe I'd pull a couple evolutions. Maybe, it would be widely available. And none of those things, are panning out that way. So it's, I could sit here and, complain and blame somebody, or I could just move on and focus my efforts on something else. I really don't think it's any particular person's fault. And I feel like to say it is a little bit silly. Like, at the end of the day, it's just cardboard, and like, yeah, Pokemon means a lot to different people, and it definitely means a lot to me. I've been playing the game since I was a kid. I've been collecting cards for a couple years. Pokemon Go is a lot of fun too. Like, I get together with my sister who plays it as well, and every time there's a community day, I get to hang out with her and like family and hang out with people I don't get to see all that often just through Pokemon Go. So like, Pokemon has different avenues for entertainment, connection, fun in general, and that's like, it is an important thing to me. I've been playing the game since Red and Blue when they first came out on my Game Boy. I remember trading with link cables on the school bus with my friends. Like, it's like ingrained in my whole existence, I should say, which is a little lame saying, it's coming from, maybe an outside perspective looking in, but like, I don't care. I love it, and I will continue to play the games and get as much of the card stuff as I can. Which brings me to my next thing, this Journeys Together sellout or buyout, or whatever you want to call it, relisting of product. The whole, I don't want to say a scandal, but the whole situation is just something that I'm not really going to put my energy into. Like, yeah, I felt a certain way the day that they dropped everything and I couldn't get any product, but I kind of took a step back and realized, I didn't buy Fusion Strike. I didn't buy Chilling Reign. I kind of skipped both those sets when I was collecting back then, and just focused on Evolving Skies. Like, granted, I feel like there was there was a lot of hype around Evolving Skies when it came out, but there wasn't as much as today. It's like a fever pitch, and I feel like everybody needs to just like take some take some flu medicine and get over this Pokemon fever that everyone has. I mean, it's just like, it's a little ridiculous at certain points, to certain extents. And I understand why people are, let's say, collecting. Obviously, I collect. I see why people invest, and I see why people will resell or scalp stuff and resell it. Like, there's arguments for why all of those things are correct in that person's mind. So like, trying to argue with someone and say you're the problem or you're the problem is just kind of pointless, because no matter what, they're always going to see themselves as not the problem. So if nobody's the problem, then there isn't a problem, and you just need to wrap your mind around that and get over it the best way that you can. I mean, at least that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just going back and looking at stuff that I could buy. I actually, I think 2 days before the drop of Journey Together, I bought 2 booster boxes of Battle Styles. They're back on that shelf right now. They were still available on the Pokemon Center's website for MSRP, which is actually the exact amount that they're selling for on TCG Player. And I think it could go up. I mean, it doesn't, whatever. I like Battle Styles. I had a lot of fun opening it. My chase card was the Gold Houndoom, and I never pulled it. I actually ended up having to buy that card, but I did open up a couple booster boxes, and it was fun. I had a good time. Like, I don't think Battle Styles is a bad set, and judging by the trajectory of all booster boxes from Sun and Moon, and also all the booster boxes from Sword and Shield, Battle Styles is going to go up in value, and if that's what you're into, like, you should buy some. Like, I don't consider myself an investor. I definitely have stuff back there that has all increased in value, but I didn't scalp those things. I bought them all when they were kind of just lying around, readily available, and I just sat on them, and now some of that stuff is, gone up in price, which is great. I can use that to sell and do whatever I want, whether it's pay off credit card debt, car payment, rent, or just, put it back into more Pokemon cards. I don't think there's anything wrong with people who are investors at a bigger scale than that either. The mentality of it is a little funny, or when they try and defend themselves for why they are in that is a little funny. Just be honest and say hey, it's a good money and I'm doing it for money. You don't have to say oh, I'm preserving this thing for later generations. It's okay, well, if you're preserving a booster box from, let's say, Journey Together, where no kids could get it, then why down the road would the kids that couldn't get it pay for it now? They don't have any connection to it, and you're kind of relying on a connection for people to want to pay inflated costs for old product because, oh, I opened this when I was a kid, I'd love to open it again. They don't have any connection to that. You're not gonna that. Just it's a silly argument, and I've seen that, and I thought that kind of. I mean, I guess you can justify that, but also the counter argument is you're preserving it for who? What are you preserving it for? The people that you took it away from? I don't know. Not saying that that's every investor's mentality, but that's excuses that get made for when people say that investors are the problem. And all anybody has to say is, yeah, it's about money, so that's what it's about. Just be honest. I mean, I collect stuff because there's a little value in it, but I also like the Pokemon. I like the cards. I like the artwork. And if there's a value associated with it, that's just kind of more of a perk. I don't necessarily go for the most expensive card in the set when I go and collect, certain cards from certain sets. I kind of just look at the ones I like, and I'm oh, yeah, that would be really cool to do. And for the entire front half of Scarlet and Violet, I've just been master setting everything because it was so available. And now it's starting to get to the point where even Scarlet and Violet base is sold out on Pokemon Center's website, and booster boxes are $130, $140 on the secondary market. And I've been used to buying booster boxes for $90. I mean, I don't know. That's the way it was, and that's what I liked about that whole era. No one really paid much attention to it, and now it's just exploding. And even the newer sets that were traditionally, no one wanted or whatever, are getting inflated to exorbitant numbers, and it's just not something I really want to be involved in. Obviously, if I can get my hands on a booster box of Journey Together, I'll probably open it, or at least one. But I also want to keep one sealed because I'm trying to collect one of each booster box from the Scarlet and Violet era. There's going to be 12, and so far I have 8. So yeah, I mean, to keep that going throughout the whole time. But yeah, in general, I'm just trying to look at it, the whole situation, in a positive way, because if not, I'm just going to upset myself. And then I see a lot of people playing blame games, and dude, I mean, honestly, you can blame whoever you want, but that's not really doing anything for you. If that makes you feel better, sure, blame whoever, but I think a healthier approach is just to accept things and kind of navigate another way to, let's say, fulfill your collecting goals or your collecting needs, whatever those may be. Because, yeah, yelling at the internet or yelling in comment sections or just, negativity in general isn't going to help you. Anyway, I don't know. I was feeling some kind of way when all the Journey Together stuff happened, and I kind of, I feel better. I felt better like a day or two after, once I kind of like separated it from, separated myself from basically everything that was going on, and just took a step back and said, you know what, I'm just going to focus on other things. Maybe I'll open up some older sets. Maybe I'll open up nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'll focus more on playing the card game. But yeah, that one thing that I will say is there's plenty of other things on Pokemon Center's website. There's 2-pack blisters of Fusion Strike and Battle Styles that are $9. Fusion Strike booster packs are probably going for more than that. And they're readily available. There's stuff out there. I mean, even though this whole Journey Together thing and Prismatic Evolution situation is just, out of control, doesn't mean that you yourself have to be out of control with how you, come at the hobby, or even treat other people who are trying to do the same thing. Like, we're all in it together. We're all a community of Pokemon collectors, and that's the kind of message I want to send. So anyway, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope I was enlightening enough for some people. I don't know. I just felt like making a video and putting my opinion out there. I kind of just am so over finger pointing and over people blaming certain people and just prices being the way they are. It's like, dude, you don't have to buy it. No one's telling you have to buy these things. I would like to, but honestly, if I miss out, I miss out, and on to the next. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. I'm trying to stay positive, be on the positive side. I'm not trying to bring up any sort of weird sales or blame anybody for anything. So, all right, I've rambled enough. I'll catch you guys on the next one.